aka Queen. This is Queen. Welcome Royalties. My name is Karis, aka This Queen, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to continue the series Let's Seriously Talk. For today's series, we are going to be talking about SDA education and like the life of a college student. And here with me is a special guest.
Yes. My name is Emerald. I'm her cousin. I live in Houston, Texas. I'm a psychology major at Oakwood University.
If you had to choose a Bible story, a scripture, or a book to describe yourself, what?
Honestly, the first thing that came to my mind was Esther. I feel like Esther is one of my favorite characters just because she was a woman and she saved her people with just the help of God. And I feel like during those times, women weren't really listened to or really had any role, any authority, really any identity. And so I really look up to her as kind of motivation, you know, how to navigate this role as a black woman, young black woman with Caribbean background. So,
what belief, religion, or denomination are you a part of?
I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. At the end of the day, I am a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in the second coming of Christ. I follow the Sabbath. And
what college are you attending and why?
well, I previously stated this briefly, but I go to Oakwood University. Three main reasons I can say. One was I was attracted to their worship service, their AY services. I watched it online, and that really attracted me to having that close relationship with God and with people who were close-minded and also had a relationship with God. And so wanting to have that originally pulled me into going to Oakwood. As well as my mom, she's an OU alum. Her siblings are also OU alum, and so I guess I just want to follow in her footsteps, you know, go to an HBCU. That's also SDA, and also we share the same beliefs, and so that was really important.
You also told us about what you're majoring. Could you let us know?
I just want to help people. Like, I just want to help people how to navigate their problems, their issues, their life, you know, obstacles. I just want to help them live a better version of themselves.
Is there a particular reason why you decided to attend a Christian or Adventist institution?
Wanting to have that close relationship with God was really important in finding people who are on that same path as me. I spent a good part of my life going to public school and went to a SDA school a little bit, maybe like first, second grade, so like early stages of my life. But like the parts of my life that I really grew into who I am was mostly public school. It was mostly a white public school. So after high school, I was like, okay, I know what I need. And that is to be more surrounded by people who are like me, not just like my race or like have that Caribbean background, but also people who love God, who strive to have that relationship with God. And so the choice of going to Christian education was already made. But not even made by my parents, but made by me. I made that personal choice. Whether I was going to be HBCU or not, that was also up to me, but the main thing that was really important was have that Christian education. Yes. I remember I used to get ice cubes, y'all. I used to get ice cubes like in the early morning. I would like put it on my face, like wake up the face, and like wake up the eye bags and everything, give me the nice tight firm skin. But that did not last long because everything was too cold. Too cold. But hey, you do what you gotta do for that clear skin. Do what you gotta do. Now don't judge, y'all. You look a little crazy. Don't judge. Okay. This is a process. like every Sunday or so. But honestly, you really have to schedule time. You really do, because it's so easy to be doing homework every single day, every single hour of the day. You know, you going out with your friends, you going to get food, you going to a basketball game, you going to a soccer game. So you really have to be intentional and really set that time for yourself, because you can get lost. You can get lost in the sauce.
I used to do this. I was gonna do it like either every Sunday or every Thursday, but that never worked. So I was thinking to do some, like a little time on Thursday and a little time on Sunday, and try and implement it in my schedule. And that happened for a while until I was too busy to continue.
Yep. And also you have to be realistic with your goal setting too. Like, even for me, every week was a little too much for me. I was gonna find time every day of the week. I mean, the day of the week. So maybe you gotta do it every 2 weeks or maybe every month. But yeah, I just gotta be realistic. You know.
What would you say hold the strongest impact on your belief, spirituality, and influence your personal choices?
So for me, I grew up in a church. I also grew up in a Guyanese background, and I also grew up PK. So those big three factors, y'all can pretty much tell, really, influence my beliefs. That was pretty much my family, particularly my dad. My dad is the pastor, and still is the pastor. And so, yeah, it wasn't really until maybe junior year of high school I really started taking control of my relationship with God and over my spirituality and my beliefs. And it's still up and down. It really is, because it's really how to tear down those old habits, the old routine that you had since birth, of growing into the church literally, and you have to try to find ways how to take the reins back on your life in a way. And so I just turned 20, y'all, so I'm still figuring this out. But yeah.
What were your expectations and goals going into college?
Honestly, because of COVID, I kind of turned down those high expectations. I knew we were going to have the whole OU-Chella, the whole big college scene I usually get before COVID. So going in, the only really expectations that I had were I want to find like a good set of friends who are like-minded like me and who we could all help to grow together. And I wanted to grow closer to God. So that was it. That was it. And honestly, those two have been met and are continuing to be met. And the good thing about that is because I knew not to set too high expectations. Because when you set too high expectations, you get disappointed. And all of a sudden, you're out of college and you didn't do anything because you're too busy. Oh, I wish we could have done this, or we should have been doing this, but we can't do this because of COVID, or we can't do this because of that. So.
Now that you're in your second year, were your expectations satisfied, and have your expectations or goals changed?
They've definitely been met with the friends category. I knew since high school that less was more. I know it's really easy to be caught up in a whole bunch of people because it's college, you want to be popular, or you want to know a lot of people, or you're thinking, being in college means having a lot of friends. Well, also the less, the better, because college is a small world and things get around quickly, meaning gossip. So, when things spread out quickly, it can be a little struggle to trust some people. So I'm glad the people that I have found I can 101% trust them. And that's the most important thing to me in a friendship is having that trust. You know, having that space to be able to share each other your goals, your dreams, or like your ups and your downs, and not feel like someone else down the hall is hearing your whole business, you know? So for that, that's definitely been met. The goals area, it's been a struggle for me because, like I said, I've been trying to kind of take the reins back on my life and try to figure out what exactly I want to do and not what my parents want me to do, or not even what they want me to do, but what I feel like I should be doing because of who I'm affiliated with. So I know for me, honestly, the goal is just continue doing what I love to do, which is create. I love being creative. I love creating stuff. So whatever I can to just like create a space or create, I don't know what it is, but just whatever I can to do, just leave my mark, you know, on the campus, you know, or maybe inspire someone, you know, to be a better version of themselves or help someone with their identity, you know, whatever it is that I just want to be like a stepping stone.
We are going to be doing our makeup and playing a little activity. Amazon called it a game, so I'm gonna call it a game. It is called Self-Care Empowerment, and basically on each card it has like a question on it, and sometimes or some of them also have like a statement underneath. They're in two categories: the future and opportunities, while the other one is focused on like past, present, it's more directed to self. We're gonna like pick from each category that will be for us to answer. Okay. So, okay. What kind of things inspire me? What are my true passions? What activities put me in the zone? I mentioned before that I love being creative. Fashion, music, movies, black women brands, black culture inspires me. Those few things are big things for me. I'm a big supporter of black owned brands because it's really important to me that, you know, put the money back in our own pockets. And so I do whatever I can to support anything that's hands-on, like whether it's painting, whether it's decorating, whether it's drawing, whether it's putting on makeup. Like, I just love to just let my creative juices flow, and just whatever comes to mind, I just do it. I love it. Luxurious fashion, lifestyle, I put beans up. What is my mission in life? What is my purpose? What am I here for? My mission in life is to help others and fulfill God's will, and to just live a happy and peaceful life. Yeah.
What have I learned, changed, or grown from over the last 3 years? Don't force it. That pretty much has been screaming in my mind, but I've been ignoring on the low. But I just woke up to it, like today. Don't force it.
How would I describe myself in 3 words? Shy, artistic, and short.
I'm dead. I was really tall in elementary school until I got to college. I see all these tall people walk around me. I'm like, I'm only 5'7". Why I feel like I'm 5 foot? I'm average height. I'm fine. What do I want my biggest accomplishment to be? Making the heaven. That's pretty much, that's a big one for me.
What do I envision myself doing in 5 or 10 years from now? I should be going into graduate level to start my PhD, or like studies to get my doctorate or PhD in psychology and theology, Masters of Divinity.
What kind of charity would I start if I woke up tomorrow with the endless supply of money? How would I give back to the world? Any charity work I would do would probably be in Detroit or Guyana, because those are the 2 places that mean the most to me. But most importantly, help start up more black-owned brands, honestly. Black-owned grocery stores, banks, whatever businesses I can think of that will help fund Black.
What does it mean to me to live a life with a sense of freedom? The way how I explained this in the video was very all over the place, not very clear. Freedom to me is not having to worry so much about what others may think, what judgments others may pass with the decisions I make, the things that I say, the way that I do things, what I do, and so forth. Not letting the past or even the present dictate how I will move on in the future, how I am going to be in the present. Basically, like being free from trauma and feeling an abundance of peace.
Ooh, what is freedom in a Caribbean household? Honestly, setting those boundaries, those healthy boundaries, choosing you over everyone else. And it's hard. And you don't really get that luxury until you're like maybe 25 or so. You moved out the house. But honestly, having those boundaries, doing what you want to do, enjoying your hobbies, going to bed, waking up the time you want to, eating what you want to, just living life with joy, and having people around you who are good for you, who are good for your soul, and being intentional about just having good vibes and having good energy. It's harder than it sounds, but that's pretty much it.
You sound like you would be a good self-coach.
You know what's funny? I wanted to be one. And here's the thing about living life with freedom. I've never told my parents because I feel like they wouldn't see it as a real occupation with real money, so they pay the real bills and the real all that stuff. But honestly, sometimes people just need a little kick in this stuff, just a little motivation for someone else who's been through it or who has an idea, And I would love to. I imagine myself having little conferences, having speakers, and just like having a book, which is crazy because public speaking is not my forte. Writing is. I can write a sentence, but like thinking about those things, it seems so above me. But that's how I know that it's for me. When I have to grow into that person, and when I know I can do it, it's just gonna take some time. It's just gonna take some effort and some work. So yeah. I love how you pointed that out because honestly, I've been thinking about that for a good 2 years now.
What is one thing that always holds me back? What I'm about to say is on like the lesser side. Procrastination. It's real. And I feel like there are many times where I believe I could have been where I wanted to be if I didn't just procrastinate. Fear or doubt.
It really be you holding yourself back. And it's funny because you will think that you'll be your biggest supporter. But on the flip side, you're your biggest enemy. And man, the devil loves to put in doubt and fear into our minds whenever we're at the point of being bigger, achieving more, reaching our best self. You gotta fight it. It's a struggle. But at the end of the day, we can do whatever we put our minds to and whatever God wants us to do. Like, we can do it. What situations make you feel the most anxious? How can I reduce or prevent these situations? Whenever I'm being put in the spotlight, I feel very anxious. It is different when I'm praise dancing because, I don't know, I feel like because I know what I'm doing And because I have experience, I love what I'm doing, I don't feel as anxious because I know I'm not going to fail in the way.
Why are you leaving? He's not dead. Out your head, my head.
Like me doing a presentation, I'm anxious because I know I'm not that comfortable in public speaking, so I'll feel anxious. Or whenever I'm in like social settings, because I'm more of the reserved than the outgoing person, I'll feel anxious because I feel like I'm not equipped to being outgoing. So I feel like, ooh, this is not a cool area for me right now. I want to step out. But I think ways that I can reduce or prevent those is for the public speaking, practice, even sitting up in front of a camera. Like I feel like me being more active in my social media and me starting my own YouTube channel helped me with my speaking. It helped me with like sharing who I am to people, which is pretty much what public speaking is. You sharing your thoughts to people, to the audience. And so I would say for the social settings part, I don't know, how can I, college, the whole college campus is a social event pretty much. To help with the anxiety part, honestly, just take a deep breath. And what I learned is that I don't have to be talking all the time. Like this, there's no need to be just running your mouth. When I feel like I have something cool or funny or important to say, or I want to speak my mind, then I'll speak it when I feel comfortable speaking it, There's no reason why I should feel pressured to be someone who I'm not. And that's what I had to learn. Because for a moment, I didn't like my personality. I thought, oh, why am I so shy and reserved? Why can't I speak up more? Oh, if I did this and this, I'd probably have more friends and blah, 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 blah. But that's who I am. I just need to learn how to channel it and learn how to use it to my advantage.
What has changed in my life recently? How did I react, and how could I have reacted better? Emerald, what is the definition of recently?
Maybe like, I feel like recently could be up to 3 months to like last week.
Well, recently I finished my first year. My reaction was I was happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some things that I learned specific to this year include being okay with disappointment. That's one thing I learned early on, 2022, to be intentional about whatever choices I make, whatever dreams or ideas I have. What is the true intentions behind me completing or achieving this idea? Like, is it to please other people, or is it because I actually love this and I want to create this and put it out to the world? Some resources that I would refer to someone who is thinking about attending an Adventist institution. The first resource will be your church, your local church, or online. Then you can look up all of the Adventist schools, either in the area or in the country. We hear a lot about people's different experiences with maybe any of the schools or what they heard from other people, their experiences going to the schools, or even like your peers, or their peers, your peers, your friends. And in terms of the same field, my field is psychology. I feel like, I don't know if this would be considered the best resource, but I say it's a good resource. That's YouTube. Search up psychology majors, like what their lives is like every day as being a psychology major, or what their career plan is, and see if like that's something that interests you, or like look up different psychology careers. Or I mainly say YouTube because you actually like get to visually see. So just like looking online and just looking like on the words, just like try to envision what that looks like. Going to YouTube gives you that visual example. And so, because sometimes you might not know anyone who's in the same field or know anyone who works in that field. So YouTube, you find everything. My advice for upcoming college students and upcoming sophomores would be follow your own pace and stay connected to God. Even if you like walk in with a major that you're not comfortable with, or you don't think that you will like, or don't think you can see yourself in a career with it, when you're connected to God, He will show you which major you're supposed to be in. I say stay in your own pace also because, it's easy to get caught up in, oh, this person got an intern, this person's working 2 jobs, and so this, and but I'm only doing this, and that. That's for them, for a reason. You're not meant to be doing what they're doing. So I would say just stay at your own pace. Don't compare. I tell it a lot about no comparison. Like, do not compare yourself to other people because they ain't got it. I promise you, 100%, they ain't got it. Is there anything you'd like to share or promote? Healthy habits. As a college student, that's going to be a work in progress because it's easy to follow into unhealthy habits, unhealthy eating habits, unhealthy mental habits, unhealthy spiritual habits, just unhealthy habits in general. Do the best you can. Just try. You ain't got to be perfect because you're not going to be perfect. So because of the fact that you can't be perfect, you might as well just give it your effort. Because the end result will be fulfilling in itself. But yeah, first and foremost, follow you on Instagram. That's _EmeraldTheGem. Yes, I know. Pretty catchy. Also follow my YouTube, which is EmeraldTheGem. And also follow my new upcoming podcast, Tea Time with the Cousins, on Instagram. It's me and my cousins talking about our upbringing in Guyanese households and how that shaped us individually. So tune into that. That's coming up in June. Look forward to that.
Some of the things that I've learned specific to this year, my first year of college, is that healing takes time. A lot of times we will go through a hardship that makes us feel like we're at our lowest. But that's a part of growth. That's a part of the process to healing. College life may look different to different people, so try as much as possible to achieve a life that you desire, not what someone else desires for you or for themselves. Are there any resources that I would refer to someone thinking about attending Adventist institutions or going to the same field? So for Adventist institutions, I would advise looking up the different Adventist colleges and seeing if it comes close to what you like or what you want. Some colleges, they're well known for specific majors or degrees. Talk to friends and family, and also look at YouTube. Take time out for yourself. Sometimes it's easy to think yeah, I don't have time because I have so much assignments to do, so much applications, so much work, but you cannot really do your best in all of the things that you want to achieve if you're not taking time out for yourself. I hope you guys continue to support my YouTube and this series.
What a wonderful, and I think to myself,